Hey folks, Richard Trzaskoma from ERA Grizzard, back for another weekly cocktail. Well, this week's sort of special, which is we have our first guest. And the reason that is because after I do my cocktail, I'm going to also post 10 things to do while the weather's warm out here in Lake County. And one of those 10 things happens to be a trip to Lake Louisa. And with that being said, we've got Arden, who happens to be the one that runs everything out there, here to tell you some of the stuff you can do at Lake Louisa. You'll be able to look all that stuff up from the pictures they post afterwards. If you have any questions, I'll try and post a link to get a hold of her at Lake Louisa after this as well. This week's cocktail we're going to do, though, is called a tiny beer, a baby beer, something exciting like that. The liquor we're using is called 43 or Cuatro y Tres. It's from Spain. It's a citrus-based liquor, and they use some other stuff in there to get it flavored. It tastes pretty good, but when I'm done, it's going to look like a tiny beer. While I'm doing that, Arden is going to talk to you some of the things that you can do at Lake Louisa and that she does at Lake Louisa. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right, you ready?
I am.
Go? Okay. So Lake Louisa State Park is actually what we're talking about today, and I run all the visitor services out there. So if you come into the park and you go on a kayak tour, or you rent kayaks, canoes, bicycles, horseback rides, luxury camping services, all of that is under my umbrella and what we do, and it's pretty cool. Lots of people have lived in the area but haven't been there for a long time, so
I'll be right back.
they come back out.
You're on your
the
own.
Cream.
Yeah.
So yeah, the most popular activities right now in the park are definitely kayak, canoe, and paddleboard rentals. Guided horseback trail rides. So you ride our horses, they live there full time, and we take you out either 3 or 6 miles, depending on which trail you decide to go on. But then the luxury camping or glamping, glamour plus camping equals glamping. That's one of the newer offerings that we have, and definitely one of the most popular.
By the way, second ingredient, which I forgot to bring in before I went out, is heavy cream. You're just going to pour it. It actually wants to level up on here, so you're not going to have much of a hard time. Just don't be too brutal on it, and it'll float on top.
Oh.
Boom!
It does look like a baby beer.
It does look like a baby beer. See,
What is it going to taste like?
Oh man, it just tastes yummy.
Not like a beer?
No, not like a beer at all.
Okay.
The reason that we have 4 of these is because I figure that Arden and me are probably going to each want 2, because they're pretty darn good.
It's a good assumption.
Yeah. So anyway, when you make these things, they should look like tiny beers. Some people call them baby beers. There might be another name for them, but it is as simple as 43, heavy cream on top. If you chill the 43, it separates a little bit better, but I didn't even chill it, and you see that it separates just fine. Other than that, it's perfect. You have anything else you want to add before the cocktail?
No. Maybe I'll think of something else after the cocktail.
Maybe. Anyway, here's to Lake Louisa State Park.
Lake Louisa State Park.
You guys,
Cheers.
thanks. And?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, it is good.
It tastes like a creamsicle.
It is. It's delicious, huh?
It's awesome.
Thank you, guys.